Okay, next, he says, from the deep keyword research report, how many keywords from that report would be an optimal number to be uploaded for the SEO Power Shield build out? And how many keywords can I include for the additional keywords file upload, which will be for product reviews to have an optimal amount? I don't want to dilute potential SEO juice. Well, the beautiful thing about the drive stacks, and part of what we do with that, is to try to put as many keywords in there. Even, and Marco's the one that, you know, kind of brought this to my attention, as I used to take the keyword reports and I would go through and eliminate what I thought were non-relevant, because, like, you know, if they're informational type of queries as opposed to transactional or commercial type of queries and things like that, or if they weren't really relevant for like a commercial intent, then I would eliminate them from the keyword set, which I think makes sense when you're talking about using, you know, anchor text for link building and things like that. But when you're talking about inserting the keywords into the metadata of the files in drive stacks, then it's better to have them all there, because if they were pulled into the keyword report to begin with, they are relevant. Even if they're not 100% relevant to what your commercial intent is that you're trying to promote, they're still relevant to that topic, right? Or that keyword or that set. And so it's important to put those in there. And what's interesting is if you do that, like if you include all of them, obviously if they're blatantly not relevant, they shouldn't be there, but they shouldn't have been pulled into the keyword report if that was the case. My point is, when you have the drive stack and all of that embedded into the metadata of those files, you'll see like an exponential growth in impressions in Search Console because of that. So that's, you know, again, a lot of times I would spend a lot of time going through those keyword reports and deleting or eliminating. And I still do that because I like to have a clean list of keywords that I use for like link building and anchor text and stuff like that. But as far as the drive stack, submitting those keywords with the drive stack order to be built into the files and the folders and such, what is good to do that still. What I like to do though is take that kind of cleaner list that I've gone through and cleaned and make that the top of the list. Like, in other words, the whatever, like, let's say you end up with 100, and I'm just pulling this number out of the air, but let's say you end up with 100 really truly relevant keywords that you want, put those at the top of the list, and then all the other ones at the bottom, so that those are used more frequently in the build. At least that's been my experience. How do you want to address that, Marco?
That's exactly what the keyword research is all about, our deep keyword research. The brand that we do on the G site is everything that we can find relating to this entity, this thing on the web, that's whatever your service or product or whatever it is that you do, products, what affiliate, whatever it is that you're doing, everything that's related to it. We want that. We want that in that drive stack. We want that on the G site. We want to create all of that relevance. So you submit that, if we were doing it, the entire keyword research gig, that spreadsheet, you would submit that. That file upload is exactly what you would upload to get all of those keywords in. It doesn't matter if they're commercial, non-commercial, doesn't matter the intent, doesn't matter if they're just supporting or related, they're relevant. And what we're trying to create is all of the relevance possible for the bot. We're trying to create the best entity in the niche, because that's who wins the game right now. If you have the best entity, you can actually compete against anybody. Like, there is no one who's off limits, unless, as I said, because somebody will try to go and take on the Amazon brand with Amazon. You can't do that. You don't have $1 trillion to spend. Don't do that. You can take a vertical from Amazon and go into that and find niche down something that you like to do in that vertical somewhere and start there and work your way up into that niche. There's millions of dollars there. There's literally millions of dollars in those verticals, and there's too many to try to think about. There's so many. Think about it. It's $1 trillion company. How many millions are there available to you that you can get a piece of? So that's how you start breaking this down. But to start with, upload that keyword research spreadsheet that we give you. That's one of the keys to getting started, and to have us create all of that relevance from the start, so that when you link build, all of that relevance filters through.
There you go.